Welcome back to the program. We are now joined by Chris Hoogenboom from Beaufort High School. Chris, thanks for being on with me.
Thank you.
Hey, pleasure you're here. Chris, you recently got some exciting news. Tell us about it.
So I got announced as a National Merit Scholar semifinalist, which means that I got high enough test scores to qualify for scholarships.
That's a big deal. How was that news delivered to you?
They announced it at the school, but I actually wasn't present that day, so my mom came running into our kitchen yelling about how I qualified.
Well, that's exciting. Tell us how you became a semifinalist and were those tests difficult?
I took the PSAT, and I had to beat a certain score threshold, and I was compared to every test taker in the country who was a junior.
So what's the next step in the competition? How do you get yourself accredited?
I have to submit an application with all my academic records and take another test called the SAT and get recommended by a school official.
All right, we're talking about standardized aptitude. You certainly seem to have quite a lot of proficiency in that, Chris. Tell us, is college in your future?
Yeah, I would really like to attend college next year. I'm in the middle of the application process. I've been working hard.
What program of study would you want to pursue in college, and who has the best programs, and where do you want to go?
Right now I'm looking into studying physics, and I would really like to either attend Vanderbilt, Rice, or Stanford University.
That's exceptional. I mean, the physical sciences are all around us. What would you say to someone who's maybe a junior high or a middle school student who wants to perform at the level in which you've been performing? What's your secret?
You have to work hard, always do your work, and the most important thing is to pay attention in class when the teacher's talking, I guess.
Chris, getting into the science of your future, do you want to be in a lab designing things, or do you want to be teaching it, or do you want to maybe get into some of the astrophysics, the big stuff? What's your plan?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not really set on a future. I would like to work in a lab, though. I find that very interesting.
Cool. Chris, when I was an underclassman, I studied physics. I actually switched over to biology because I thought the high-end math was really challenging. For somebody who's getting ready to take the math part of their SAT, what would you say to them is a best way to prepare for the math portion of an exam?
Do a lot of practice problems and make sure you're fast enough.
Speed and comprehension, Chris, that's essential. Let's keep talking about education, Chris, because you're gifted, and we want to basically have an understanding of how you've made a process that lets you achieve what you do in performance. When you wake up in the morning, do you eat breakfast or do you just go right to school? What's your process?
I take a shower and then I cook myself fried eggs with toast every morning.
Good man. What time is the bell, and what's your first set of classes, and how do you try to engage those as it relates to the rest of your day?
The first bell is at 8:45. My first class is multivariable calculus. And I guess I try to keep my energy up early in the morning and make sure that I'm moving throughout the day.
In terms of test taking, if you're like 45 minutes to an hour into a test, do you give yourself some sugar, get some glucose in the brain? Do you have any avenues for success like that?
Not really. I don't bring any food with me. I always drink water during my tests.
That makes sense. It's good and nourishing. Chris, we're almost out of time. Is there anything you want to say to your classmates or your friends out there?
No, I don't think there's anything else to say.
Chris Hoogenboom is a scholar at Beaufort High School. Chris, keep it up and good luck in your pursuits. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure.